Okay, so hopefully by now you've created your account. You have sort of a stronger understanding of what Google Analytics is. Now I want to sort of fundamentally talk about how Google Analytics works. So that tracking code that we installed onto your website, it actually loads every single time a page loads on screen. And let me show you what I mean. So we're in the analytics account for the demo account. And so this is actually attached to a real website that Google has created. So it's called the Google Merchandise Store, and you can actually come on here and actually purchase items, which is pretty cool. So they've definitely sort of dog-fooded analytics, if you're familiar with the term. So they've installed analytics on this site, and if you recall from the certification points, there are three main levels of scope in Google Analytics. What's called the user scope, the session scope, and the hit scope. So I am a user, and I am on the site right now. So this computer, through cookies, tracks me as a user throughout the internet. So it knows that I've been to the site, and when I come back to that site, it knows that I'm returning. And so those cookies counts this right now as a session, the session scope. If I decide that I want to exit out of the Google Merchandise Store and then go back in, then this counts as a second session for the same user. Okay, now what about the hit level scope? Okay, so let's say here that, in this second session as me as a user, I like this fleece, so I say that I want to look at that. When I click that button, that counts as a hit. And when it opens up this page, that counts as a hit as well. So you can think of hits as actions on your website. And so anytime that I do something on the site, it counts as a hit. And so if I click this article of clothing and I decide to add it to the cart and press cancel, those are all considered hits as long as I'm tracking those in Google Analytics. And so Google Analytics out of the box will track those things. So hopefully that gives you sort of a fundamental understanding of what that tracking code does and some of those important terms that you can sort of understand how it's being utilized on your own website.